0. The absence of all things. Numbers. Our entire existence is measured using numbers. Time, distance, weight, mass, and length are all measured using numbers. The earliest traces of numbers come from over 30,000 years ago. Early man created tally marks in bone to keep track of days and herd count. The first signs of our existing base 10 system come from 3100 BC in Egypt. Numbers have evolved quite a bit from 30,000 years ago. Numbers are used to predict weather, measure the economy, and launch astronauts into space. The numeric system is the language of modern-day computers. Binary is the fundamental language of all digital machines. There are different varieties of numbers. Like people, numbers have characteristics. Numbers can be complex. Numbers can be rational. Numbers can also be irrational. In various countries and cultures, numbers have many superstitions associated with them. Even some of the most sturdy and rational people have certain number superstitions that affect their actions and decisions. The number 2. One is thought to have bad luck when rolling snake eyes. In most games that require dice, this is usually a losing roll, and the term is associated with treachery and betrayal, as is the symbol of a snake. The number 3. The number 3 is often thought of as the perfect number. The number 3 represents the Holy Trinity and many branches of Christianity, and as a result, 3 holds spiritual and special significance to many. On the other hand, it is often thought that bad things happen in 3s. For instance, your car breaks down, then you miss work, then you get fired. The number 4. In Japanese, the word for number 4, shi, is the same for the word for death. As a result, the Japanese culture avoids the number. The number 6. The number 6 by itself bears no special significance, but 3 6s combined is the mark of the devil. Lucky number 7. The ancient Greeks and Pythagoras often referred to the number 7 as the perfect number, since it represented the square and the triangle combined. 2 perfect shapes. Many ancient religions had 7 gods. There are more combinations of 7 in dice than any other number. This appears to be very lucky to the roller, that is unless you're playing craps. The number 8. When Wild Bill Hickok was gunned down at the poker table in 1876 in Deadwood, South Dakota, he was holding 2 pair, aces and 8s. This is known as the dead man's hand. It is believed by many that if you draw this hand in poker, you will have bad luck at the poker table for the rest of the night. The number 13. Friday the 13th is the most feared day on the calendar. Many people will actually stay home on that day to reduce the risk of something bad happening to them. Americans are so spooked by number 13 that it affects our very infrastructure. Many hotels and buildings will not label a 13th floor. Airlines will often skip row 13. Some restaurants will surpass table 13. The number 13 has so much superstitious significance in culture that there is actually a term for someone who fears the number 13, triskaidekaphobia.